Right now, a 4-day manhunt comes to an end in Texas after the suspect was found under a pile of laundry. How the FBI tracked him down and why he'd already been on their radar.
Also, reckless driving. New data reveals a major problem on Wisconsin's roads. The local efforts to get it under control.
And we are getting off to a chilly start this morning with 30s, but headed up close to 60, and we do have some 70s in the forecast as well.
Love to hear that. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Linjide. Thanks for waking up with us. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka talking about a big change in the forecast. Finally, some spring-like weather.
Yeah, it's hump day, and we're getting over that hump that
Let's
we just could not get rid of the wintry weather that we've seen basically throughout the month of April. Here we are in Maine. You know that cold air can't last forever. Still chilly this morning. That's simply because we had the clear skies and the light winds overnight. So you'll need that heavier jacket this morning. You can see the sun is up now, and that will be warming us up fairly nicely. Winds are out of the northwest still, so we're still in that realm of that storm system that brought us the cool weather over the last couple of days, but eventually that's retreating. So we are looking at that transition today as we get up close to 60 and sun mainly this morning into the early afternoon hours, and there will be less wind throughout the day. Now, we only have a couple of rain chances going over the next few days. We'll kind of talk more about that coming up in 15 minutes in the full forecast. It looks like we'll be near 70 going into the upcoming weekend, and we're looking at some really nice weather headed away. Today, we should be in the mid-50s early this afternoon. There will be some clouds that stream in from the north, headed southbound across the area. I still think we'll get up close to 60 this afternoon. No problems on the roads this morning. Clear skies this morning, partly sunny skies going into the afternoon hours as temperatures get closer to 60. We'll talk more about those slim rain chances and when you can maybe see a shower over the next few days coming up in about 15 minutes.
Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. There is a warning this morning from State Patrol after a trooper caught someone going more than 130 miles an hour. It happened last week in Kenosha County. The driver walked away with a $300 ticket and a traffic citation. That's it. The consequences of speeding tickets in Wisconsin really pale in comparison to the punishment in Illinois. A similar violation across the border would be considered a crime.
Speeding and reckless driving are something law enforcement and local governments have been trying to tackle across the state for some time. Let's take a look at some numbers highlighting speed-related incidents from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. You can see on average between the years of 2015 and 2019, there were nearly 20,000 speed-related crashes, over 8,000 speed-related injuries, and about 170 speed-related fatalities across the state.
Madison is in the middle of its Vision Zero initiative to cut down on those numbers. Streets are seeing reductions in speed limits, often from 35 to 25 miles an hour on major thoroughfares like Mineral Point Road and Whitney Way. It appears to be working. Over the last few years, the number of crashes has gone down by nearly 2,000. Same goes with the number of fatalities and serious injuries. Both are trending down by double-digit percentages.
602 developing overnight. UW-Madison responding to racist social media videos on campus.
Yeah, that video now making the rounds online over the last few days and sparking a conversation about the climate on campus. We're going to play it for you now.
I'm going to go back and haunt every little who did me wrong. I literally hate all of them. I'm going to make them pick crying in the fields.
So around midnight overnight, UW-Madison releasing this lengthy statement about the video. It's from the Deputy Vice Chancellor for Diversity and Inclusion. In it, the Vice Chancellor strongly condemns the video, but says the university can't expel the students involved because it's bound by the First Amendment.
He also asks campus not to give in to hate, noting there are reports that people in the video have faced threats of violence and harm. It reads in part, quote, "This is not who we are. A few do not speak for the whole, and I know we still have work to do." Now, this is one of the most read stories over on channel3000.com and one we will continue to follow up on. Any updates we get, we will push through our News 3 Now news app. Happening today, the former Badger football player found guilty of murdering 2 women will learn his fate in court. Marcus Randall L. was convicted during his double homicide trial earlier this year. He is charged in the 2020 shooting deaths of Brittany McAdory and Sierra Winchester. Randall L. will be in Rock County Court this morning for his sentencing. Stay with News 3 Now for updates throughout the day.
New details this morning on that Texas manhunt. We have new details and video in the arrest of the man at the heart of the investigation. Take a look at the moment here when Francisco Oropeza is taken into custody. He's accused of gunning down 5 of his neighbors, including a 9-year-old boy. Deputies say he was caught hiding in a closet underneath laundry just a half an hour away from where the crime happened. Authorities called it an execution-style killing after one neighbor asked him to stop firing his gun in his yard. The victims, all believed to be from Honduras, range in age from 31 to just 9 years old.
Very sad time for the victims, and I hope that this will bring them some comfort.
Authorities say the suspect is a Mexican national who'd previously been deported from the U.S. 4 times after re-entering the country. His arrest came less than 2 hours after a tip came into the FBI hotline.
In just over a week, a pandemic-era immigration policy will expire, giving migrants a greater chance of being allowed into the U.S. Customs and Border Protection is getting a boost from the Pentagon as it prepares for a significant increase in asylum seekers. In order to handle the potential surge, the Biden administration is sending 1,500 troops to the border this morning. The soldiers will be deployed for 90 days. They add to the 2,500 National Guard members already there.
These personnel will be performing administrative tasks like data entry and warehouse support. They will not be performing law enforcement functions or interacting with immigrants or migrants.
The White House says judges and lawyers are also heading to the border to handle expedited removal proceedings. Those who do not qualify for asylum will be removed in a matter of days or weeks.
A family and their pets safe this morning after a fire at their home in Arlington, rather. The Arlington Fire Department says that they were told that a fire started on the porch of the home, and when they arrived, it spread. It happened on Regal Street near the Inn and Tavern around 6 o'clock yesterday evening. Columbia County, Lodi, Poinnette, Dane, and Sun Prairie all helping out to put it out. Take a look at these pictures out of western Wisconsin. A fire in the township of Wheatland, just north of DeSoto along the Mississippi River. Half a dozen agencies responding to this. The people who live there were able to get out. It took firefighters about 5 hours to get it all out. The cause is still under investigation.
In Rock County, Beloit College has a new president this morning, and he's a familiar face on campus. The college announcing its board of trustees unanimously selected Dr. Eric Boynton to fill the role that's being vacated by retiring president Scott Bierman. Dr. Boynton has more than 20 years of experience in higher education. He currently serves as the college's chief academic officer. An introduction event is scheduled for this afternoon at Eaton Chapel. He will officially take over as president on July 1st.
Meantime, Governor Evers appointing 2 new regents to the UW board and reappointing another. Jim Cruiser and Evan Brankus are set to fill 2 vacancies, while Joan Prince was reappointed after taking over for Tracy Klein in February. Cruiser previously served as Kenosha County Executive from 2008 to 2022. Brankus is a student at UW Green Bay, where he works as a resident mentor.
Wisconsin wants to offer more training for schools when it comes to responding to critical incidents. Critical Incident Response Teams, or CIRTs, are designed to provide all of Wisconsin's K-12 schools with access to a regionally based team. They help support them if a critical incident ever happens within their district.
This comes into play when there's a traumatic event that is unexpected and impacts multiple people in a school. Our director can give you the working definition that we use to define exactly what type of event it is. But the idea is if there's a traumatic incident, there's going to be a law enforcement response. But we also want to make sure that everybody in the school is supported and gets the resources they need so they can get back to learning as soon as possible.
Training will help equip team members with techniques they can use if a critical incident ever happens in their districts. You can learn more about these efforts over on channel3000.com.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court now ruling that a hospital cannot be forced to give a deworming drug to a COVID-19 patient. The panel ruled 6-1 in favor of Aurora Healthcare. The decision upholds a lower court's ruling against Alan Gall, who sued Aurora in 2021 when doctors refused to treat his uncle with ivermectin. The drug commonly used in cattle and also approved for human use to fight parasites and certain skin conditions. But the FDA has not approved its use in treating COVID-19 and warns that misusing ivermectin can be harmful and even deadly.
You won't have to wear a mask next time you go to the hospital here in Madison. UW Health and Unity Point Meriter are the last of Madison's major health systems to drop the requirement. Dr. Jeff Pothoff of UW Health says the decision was weeks in the making with close monitoring of COVID cases across the state.
We're getting to the point where COVID levels are in a reasonable enough spot, and they've been there for a number of weeks. We don't think things are going to bounce around a whole lot.
Couple of exceptions here. Staff and patients still have to wear masks in high-risk areas. Those include the breast center, dialysis, and urgent care waiting rooms. UW Health also says they will monitor cases and consider reinstituting that mandate if they feel it's needed.
Illinois authorities have raised the number of people killed in Monday's pileup on I-55 to 7. They have discovered another body. 37 people in total taken to hospitals to be treated for injuries. Officials say 72 total vehicles were involved. This all happened when a rare dust storm swept through nearby farms onto the freeway in central Illinois, causing near zero visibility for drivers. All the crashes took place on just a 2-mile stretch of road.
It's simply a terrible, terrible tragedy. It was a terrible day here in this part of the state and for the families that were affected by this.
Meanwhile, 88-year-old Shirley Harper of Franklin, Wisconsin, just outside of Milwaukee, was the first fatality identified. Authorities are struggling to identify 2 of the victims' bodies because of the extent of their injuries. The Illinois State Patrol now says that Interstate 55 is back open after it was closed because of the strong winds.
It is 6:10 on your Wednesday. Coming up, the Packers pay up to lock in their new starting quarterback. How much Green Bay will pay Jordan Love and how long it'll keep him around.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Josh Breiter. Next in the 608, I'll show you how some of our youngest people are celebrating older people this month when we return.
If you're having shoulder pain, I would recommend Ortho Team because I can do anything that I want to do. And before I went, it was hard to do anything. And the staff there is wonderful.
Join the Circle of Life at the Lion King. Experience the world's #1 musical. Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Coming to Overture Center May 11th through 28th. Tickets on sale now at overture.org.
Did you leave the lights on?
No.
What the?
I'll go check it out.
I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Feldco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
This necklace is a new piece of my soul.
It is one of my love languages to gift.
I always knew I had a sister and she did it. When we met, it was what I longed for my entire life.
Every occasion deserves love. Jared, love brilliantly. Breakfast sounds better together, doesn't it? Make it even more special with the hazelnut and cocoa taste of Nutella. Nutella, wake up to wow.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Lashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
I did it my way. I face it all. My way. The new refillable parfum, Giorgio Armani.
Hey, it's your dry skin. Every day we lose ceramides I need to seal in moisture. CeraVe delivers 3 essential ceramides to help restore my barrier so I can lock in moisture, feel hydrated, and look healthy. CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotions.
If you're having shoulder pain, I would recommend Ortho Team because I can do anything that I want to do. And before I went, it was hard to do anything. And the staff there is wonderful.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. We are in the 608 this morning with how area kids are honoring some local senior residents this month.
Yeah, sharing some positivity as we always do in the 608. Josh Breiter is here with this story this morning. Hey there, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning to the both of you. So we're celebrating May this morning as Older Americans Month. And to celebrate, some local kids made cards to share with area residents. Take a look at this. Kids from SSM Health child care centers in both Madison and Baraboo made cards to be delivered to the residents of 2 SSM Health long-term care centers. The 4K kids made fun finger paintings while the older kids practiced writing messages of kindness in the cards. Organizers say it's a great way to show love and appreciation to our senior residents.
It's a continuing gift that keeps on giving. And that's what we really appreciate here with receiving these notes from the youth. And it gives, residents opportunity to work off of them as well.
I gotta remember that one.
We were there as the cards were officially delivered this week to both SSM Health St. Mary's Care Center in Madison. They were also delivered to SSM Health St. Clair Meadows Care Center in Baraboo this week. If you would like to learn more, I've got more on channel3000.com, and coming up in our next half hour, I'll also have more on why activities like these are so important in uniting generations to create that healthy social connection across age groups. And you also hear from one of the residents here in Madison as well about the difference that it's having in her life, guys.
You know what I love to see is when I don't like to call them old. They're somebody much wiser and of a higher age, I guess.
That's a nice way to put it.
Hears anything from a little kid or sees anything that they've made, just like that youth brings it out of them. Like it creates a spark in their eye, and it gives them a little pep in their step, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it brings life back to them too, and it brings up a lot of the memories of them growing up as well. You got to remember, there are more similarities than differences, right? Even though we are, sometimes decades apart. So at the end of the day, we're all human.
Sharing different perspectives.
There you go.
That's a nice message. We are more alike than different. Josh Breiter, thank you very much.
Don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
616. Kelly Slifka's here now with your first warn weather. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning. I was just calculating how much snow Marquette, Michigan has had. 22.5 feet of snow. That's probably the top of the ceiling here at the studio. Just amazing amount. Believe it or not, that's not the most snow they've ever seen in a season. They've had 24 feet of snow. That system that's been sitting over the Great Lakes states for about 4 days is finally moving on to the east and the northeastern part of the United States. And that's where they're seeing that lake effect snow now moving into parts of Pennsylvania, upstate New York, and areas to the north and east. But for us, we're just on the tail end of it now. May send a few clouds our way going into the afternoon, but that should be about it. High pressure in control over weather. We're in the transition. Our eyes will be focused on this system that'll get going, it looks like, going into the weekend and early next week. Bottom line, we're in the transition phase of the cool weather that we had for the weekend and early this week. We should be up near 60 today, and it's going to feel more like May with temperatures into the 70s going into the weekend. Pretty quiet. We do have a couple of chances of showers as we go through the next few days. We'll talk about that coming up. But in general, the above average temperatures are going to continue starting tomorrow, and that will continue right into much of next week. We do have the clear skies right now. You can see some high, thin clouds. Some of those will be streaming in, but temperatures near 60. So not quite where we should be this time of the year. 64 is the average. Temperatures are chilly this morning, 35 here in Madison, 36 in the Dells. We do have some numbers that have been at or below freezing, 31 in Cross Plains, Mount Horeb 32, and the same goes for Oregon and also Stoughton this morning. So a little chilly yet, but now that that sun's up, it should be warming us up quickly. Winds are a lot lighter this morning, less than 10 miles per hour, and generally 10 miles per hour less today. Sunshine this morning. We'll start to see some clouds roll in after 3 o'clock or so in the Madison area. Should get up close to 60, maybe some low 60s out in southwestern areas of the state. Talking about those rain chances as we go into the later part of the week, very slim, but we'll kind of track those for you. Here Thursday evening, see a spotty shower here and there, mainly north of Madison. This is a warm front that's going to develop, so most of the shower chances going into Friday will be mainly north of Madison, then should lift to the north as that warm front does move in. So the first warm forecast, 70 tomorrow and also Friday, isolated shower possibilities, otherwise generally dry through the weekend. Does get more active with chances of rain, but warm weather too. Thunderstorms expected with temperatures well in the 70s.
Instead of picking up Jordan Love's fifth-year option, the Packers decided to give their first-year starting quarterback a one-year contract extension that would keep him in Green Bay through the 2020-24 season. The deal is worth up to $22.5 million, with $13.5 of that guaranteed. On paper, it's a win-win for both sides. Now all that's left to do is see if Love can be the guy the franchise drafted him to be.
It's been a cool process from the day we drafted him to see him now, just to see how he's matured in every facet of life. So I think he definitely understands that he's the guy in charge. He's going to be the guy in the huddle, and he's got to be an extension of us. And we're excited for him. We've got a lot of confidence in him.
There's not a lot of things better than hockey and fishing, and when you combine the two, you get casting for kids. Marco Sicchi's 5th annual fundraiser is right around the corner. May 20th is the date for the fishing tournament, the dinner, and the auction, with the online auction already underway at castingforkids.org. The best part, the proceeds are donated to the American Family Children's Hospital and the UW Carbone Cancer Center.
Raising funds, raising awareness, but we're putting smiles on people's faces, and you can see a difference happening as our event continues to grow. This year we're going to have, I think, 3 or 4 different families coming that have been affected and have spent time at the hospital, and they're going to share their story there. So that's what this whole thing's about.
To the track, Madison City Outdoor Championships. We'll start with the boys. In the 4x2 relay, Madison West's Darius Thomas anchored the Regions to a city title. Then in the 400-meter dash, La Follette's Brian Matthews takes home first place in a finish of 52.76 seconds. The Lancers also won the team title. Same race on the girls' side. West's Natalie Shore wins it in a time of 1:04.03. And in the 4x2 relay, Memorial's Morgan DeYoung anchors the Spartans to a win. They'd also take home the team title. And that's it for sports. Have a great day.
Do you know I was a high school track star?
You were?
Okay.
Excuse my surprise.
Very slow. Coming up next, a Wisconsin native makes NHL history.
You look like a basketball player.
Right.
And
not
ahead
much of a baller either.
Ahead of our next half hour, Hollywood writers still on strike this morning. The show's already in reruns.
As we head to break, here's a look at gas prices. We'll be right back.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Very loud. It sounds like a bull running through a china shop. I don't know what else to say.
People don't realize how nice a door can run until they get it serviced. It's whisper quiet. Your neighbors will thank you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Barnes, it's a great company.
I hear people talk a lot about how they enjoy working here.
We are Dane County's largest full-service lawn, landscape, tree, and snow removal company, and 100% employee-owned.
We're often asked what it means to be an employee owner. It means we share our profits with the people who work at Barnes.
The better we do as employees, the happier our customer is, and the more likely they are to be with us long term.
Join the Barnes team. Apply at barnesinc.careers.com.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability, it's about yours.
Hang on tight, Wisconsin, because fun just got a lot faster. It's Fast Play from the Wisconsin Lottery, an all-new style of lotto games that combine instant wins with the progressive jackpot. Playing is easy at any lottery retailer. Just print, play, and know if you're a winner instantly. The progressive jackpot starts at $10,000 and grows with each ticket sold. The share of the jackpot increases with the price of the ticket. Fast Play is available now, only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Arby's, 2 for $7. Every day, a classic, a favorite, an Arby's legend. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
So one of my favorite pastimes is watching little critters outside. I can tell I'm getting old. My parents will do it with me, especially at their house. They'll tape peanuts to the window so we can get squirrels to come up
What
and
a nice idea.
paw at the window. It's really fun. So Linda captured this little critter eating a lemon.
Some kind of citrus.
Chris doesn't know birds. I don't know fruit.
It looks more yellow than it did last hour. Last hour it looked a little more orange.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It could be an orange as well.
It's probably a lemon.
Someone wants to send me a guide to fruit. I'll take it.
Okay, hey, a Wisconsin native and former UW Badger Joey Pavelski making headlines this morning. He's in an NHL playoff series right now as he plays for the Stars against the Seattle Kraken. And he made some history last night.
Oh, yeah?
His former Badger did. So Joe Pavelski, at the spry young age of 38 years old, becomes the oldest player in NHL history to score 4 playoff goals. I thought this was wonderful. They just started off this series as the Stars make their way to the Stanley Cup. It was not enough, though. So Pavelski had a late goal, his 4th, but Seattle ended up coming back in overtime.
Did you know that Stanford was a high school athlete?
Awesome.
Right. Hey, we're going to have your first warn forecast, including a big warm-up in it. Stick around. Don't go anywhere.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Low E, also known as low energy, is wreaking havoc on millions.
I can't even pull out the hose.
Thankfully, there's Planet Fitness. Now through May 10th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. It's how you turn your low E into big fitness energy. Our clean and spacious, judgment-free zone has equipment for every workout to keep you energized all day. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th.
Try Tide Power Pods with 85% more Tide in every pod.
Who needs that much more Tide? He does.
No, what does that mean?
It means you're gonna need more Tide. See? More likes, more Tide. The more adorable, more Tide. Everyone's gonna need Tide!
You're gonna need more Tide.
It's a mess out there. That's why there's 85% more Tide in every Power Pod.
The pain level was over 10, and my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports there. It was the first time that I had no pain.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
Imagine life without that awful joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. Now there's an amazing non-invasive medical option available here. Regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. No surgery, no steroids. A natural solution that helps restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. Don't spend one more day in pain. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. Learn more about these non-surgical procedures at QC Kinetics.
Strawberries, blueberries, and the
cherry on top. Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a creamy taste, turns scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Right now, the first shows to go as the writers' strike in LA continues. Which of your favorites will be impacted next?
Plus, cleanup continues after a train derailment in western Wisconsin. The next steps in finding out exactly what happened.
And here's your first look outside this morning. The sun coming up over Madison, a nice blue sky. Kelly giving us some reasons for us to get outside and enjoy spring this week.
That's right, Leah. You're definitely going to want to get outside. We are in the transition phase from the cool weather to some much warmer weather. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka with your first warn forecast. So much to look forward to this morning. Not only are we going to have those warmer temps, but the winds over the past few days have just been relentless.
Yeah, especially on Monday when they were up to 30, 35 miles per hour. Yeah. Today they're going to be about 10, so we can deal with that. This is going to be that transition day. The winds are still out of the northwest, so we're not quite as warm as where we would like, but the winds are a lot lighter. Expecting some sun, especially this morning into the first half of the afternoon. Temperatures near 60 today. Typically we should be in the mid-60s. Just a couple of showers possible. Looks like maybe Thursday evening, maybe Friday morning, but does not look like much as a warm front pushes through. And that should put our temperatures in the 70s, it looks like, toward the end of the week going into the upcoming weekend. We're due for that. Still chilly this morning at 35 in Madison, 36 in the Dells, and also into Janesville, 33 in Monroe. Winds are a lot lighter, less than 10 miles per hour. Sunshine expected throughout the morning hours. Expecting some clouds to move on in from the north as we go through the mid to late afternoon hours. But temperatures still likely to get very close to 60, might be into the low 60s where that sun is a little bit more prevalent off to the south and west. So partly sunny skies today. Temperatures at the noon hour, maybe headed out for lunch, should be in the low 50s, headed closer to 60 later today. We'll talk about those rain chances, those slim rain chances coming up in just a bit.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kelly. Stay on top of the changing conditions yourself by downloading the First Warn Weather app to search WISC Weather in your app store.
All right, let's take a live look at downtown LA this morning, where day 2 of the writers' strike already has reruns on the air. New episodes of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert are on pause until an agreement is reached with the Writers Guild of America. And looking ahead, Saturday Night Live. Next on the chopping block, the show was canceled for the weekend. The scheduled host, Pete Davidson, put on hold.
And some new information overnight on the writers' strike. The Writers Guild rejected an offer from studio producers to end the strike. The Guild said it's just not enough. They're picketing for better pay and working conditions. The era of streaming has provided less work and lower paying jobs for writers as Amazon, Disney, Netflix, and Paramount all boast record profits. One Hollywood insider says the strike could go on for months.
This could last a year. We are in a perfect storm here because the studios are all under financial pressure right now.
85% of U.S. households are subscribed to at least one streaming service. Writers say the success that comes with streaming is not being shared with them. This is the first strike of its kind in 15 years. The last one lasted 100 days and cost Hollywood $2 billion.
An update now on the cleanup in western Wisconsin after a train derailment in Crawford County. Take a look at the progress. This is in DeSoto along the Mississippi. Crews have the engines and the rail cars cleaned up. They're now working on some of the smaller debris. No hazardous materials spilled, miraculously. The cause is still under federal investigation. That could take another month or more.
6:33 now. A video of a UW-Madison student making racist comments is spreading online this morning.
I'm gonna go back and haunt every little who did me wrong. I literally hate all of them. I'm gonna make them pick crying in the fields.
Since the videos come out, students have been talking about it. One UW freshman says that she's been vocal on her Instagram account about the harm that these words can cause on campus and nearby.
Madison has a pretty big reputation about being left-leaning and liberal and open, but I think a lot of the times we see these things happen, we're like, oh, this would never happen here, but it's pretty common, especially as a black student, seeing these things being said.
And we received some new reaction from university leaders overnight. In a statement, university officials said that the Dean of Students' office is looking into the video and supporting students and employees affected. They also said they can't limit what students and employees post in their personal social media accounts. and can't take action against the posts that are not unlawful.
New this morning, groups in Madison are calling for new policies to provide in-state tuition and driver's licenses for undocumented immigrants. Demonstrators gathered for a rally at the Capitol to help college-bound students who don't qualify for federal aid. It's for the annual Day Without Latinos and Immigrants movement that started in 2006 as a massive boycott.
Okay, as the sun shines longer and things get warmer, people are rushing to get outside and enjoy the nice weather. This month, though, is Lyme Disease Awareness Month, highlighting the need for tick bite prevention. Lyme disease has no cure, causes pain, headaches, and rashes. Reported cases have more than doubled in the last 15 years in the state, so we put together some tips to help you stay safe this season. All right, experts suggest using DEET or permethrin to keep the ticks off. You want to know where you're going and where they live. They like those tall, grassy, bushy areas in the woods, right? Check your clothes when you come inside, and if you can, tumble dry your clothes for 10 minutes to kill the ticks. And lastly, check everywhere on yourself when you come inside, your hair, under your legs, your arms, really everywhere.
Speaking of getting outside, mowing lawns. The season is here. If it's not your favorite chore, though, the city of Madison is letting you off the hook for the month of May. Arman Rahman has more on how they hope to give you and the bees a break.
It's a sound that signals spring and summer.
It's the occasional way to get outside and be active. Otherwise, usually I don't do anything.
But the city of Madison hopes that for this month, the hum of mowers is lower.
Mow your lawn maybe twice this month instead of every 7 to 10 days.
The city is pushing Low Mow May because habitat loss, pesticide use, and climate change could be on track to wipe out 40% of Earth's pollinator species.
Research shows that lawn heights of 5 inches or more support the most bees, where there are lawn flowers like violets and clovers and dandelions.
Normally, building inspectors weed out or are tipped off to grass higher than 8 inches. And if it's not cut after a notice and inspection, they issue fines up to $313. But this month, they're not enforcing that tall grass ordinance. Now, in terms of other cities in the area, Madison's the only one asking you to just limit your lawnmower usage. Cities like Monona and Verona, they're saying no mow May.
Not crazy tall, but just like somewhat tall is best.
Some residents say it'll definitely be a change.
We do it like twice every month. When it's like summer, we do it like probably thrice every month because it gets so tall so fast.
But the city says for 1 month, if you fought the lawn and the lawn won, the environment will be a little better off.
If you can just kind of get through the month of May with maybe a little bit of an eyesore, it's going to be worth it.
Though if it's one of your chores...
But do you think that excuse would fly with them?
No, not at all.
In Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
The initiative is also part of Madison's commitment as a bee city. Appleton, Wisconsin claims to be the first city in the U.S. to adopt No Mow May in 2020. 6:37 now as we take a look outside. We're keeping an eye on your first warn traffic, and we're going to finally start to feel some of those warmer temperatures today. Kelly's updated first warn forecast does include some rain chances, though, if it'll impact your weekend.
Plus, a nursing crisis. A new survey reveals troubles ahead for healthcare systems.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Josh Breiter. Next in the 608, I'll show you how some of our youngest people are celebrating older people this month. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
If you're having shoulder pain, I would recommend Ortho Team because I can do anything that I want to do. And before I went, it was hard to do anything. And the staff there is wonderful.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and I make fresh, delicious Papa Murphy's pizza.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I make the Papa Murphy's pizza.
Sure, that's take and bake. We built it with the freshest ingredients. You bake it fresh in your oven.
By you mean me, so technically, I make the pizza.
Super good pizza, Kylie.
Oh, Kylie, so good.
Right now, enjoy big-time taco flavors on a pizza with the limited-time Taco Grande. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Reviews are very important. It really reflects on how we're handling customers at Precision Door. It's feeling like I'm helping out my neighbor. Quality service quickly from a name you can trust.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
What did you find when you lost the weight?
I found my smile.
I found I could eat, really eat.
Jenny just makes it simple. Simple.
Learn how to get a free week of food with purchase. Jenny Craig, lose the weight. Find yourself.
Less taxing, more savings. Right now at H&R Carpets and Flooring. Our flooring is durable and easy care, and it looks beautiful. It really is less taxing, and it's on sale now at H&R Carpets and Flooring in Wanakee.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability, it's about yours.
At Lawton Cates, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after an accident or return to the job following an injury, we fight the odds and the insurance company for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
If you're having shoulder pain, I would recommend Ortho Team because I can do anything that I want to do. And before I went, it was hard to do anything. And the staff there is wonderful.
A 106-year-old masterpiece built with exquisite materials and filled with symbolism.
There are things I run across every single day that are new and unique.
I'm News 3 Now's Catherine Merck. I went digging to see what it would cost to replace our iconic state capitol.
That's not a question that has an easy answer.
Learn why the number I discovered is just the beginning. We're exploring the price of perfection Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch this morning, a new survey shows the U.S. nursing industry is in a crisis post-pandemic, and the situation could get worse. Data was collected from 1,800 registered nurses from AMN Healthcare, many of whom say they're thinking of leaving the profession. The survey shows a 10% drop in job satisfaction over the past 2 years, with lower numbers among younger nurses. Many cited stress and staff shortages as the main reasons. Among those in hospitals, only 15% say they plan to continue in the same job next year.
All right, take a look at these photos from viewers showing some sunshine this week. It's finally back. Second winter appears to be over. Can be a tricky little guy, though. Warmer weather is on the way. Kelly Slifka breaking it down for us in his first forecast. Hey there, Kelly.
Yeah, Leah, no more needing to document these the rare sunshine, because we've got it for you this morning. This is our sky cam here in Platteville. We've got plenty of sunshine across southwestern Wisconsin. Madison seeing plenty of sunshine. Noticing some high, thin clouds on the horizon. We'll start to see some of these move in. Looks like later this afternoon. But bottom line, we're on the transition day today. So we're probably not going to be quite where we should be this time of the year, but we're going to get up close to 60 and a lot less wind. So it should be a much nicer day. And we're going to continue to see these temperatures climb for the next 10 days. Our normal now in the mid 60s, getting closer to 70 next week. We're talking about some upper 70s next week. So been a long time coming, but say good riddance to this cold air mass, the loop moving up to the north and east. We get into a southerly flow, the upper level jet stream coming in out of the southwest. That'll bring in that warmer air as that cold air retreats to the north. That'll continue through the weekend, and it looks like much of next week should be above average. Temperatures are chilly this morning, 35 in Madison, 33 in Juneau. Some locations have dipped down close to freezing, so a chilly start in Cross Plains, 33 in Sauk City and Wanakee, 33 in Cottage Grove and also Sun Prairie. So a chilly start to the morning. Once again, this is kind of that transition day. That sun that we have out there right now should warm us up fairly quickly as we go over the next couple of hours. Winds a lot lighter today. Right now they're out of the northwest, less than 10 miles per hour. Should be about 10 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. Northwest winds will get in the low 50s by the noon hour. A few clouds starting to stream in later this afternoon. We'll probably top out very close to 60 today. Now, we do have some small rain chances coming our way Thursday. A warm front to our north may trigger an isolated shower, mainly north of the Madison area, and that warm front will trigger a few showers north of Madison going into Friday, lifting to the north. So the forecast going into the upcoming 7 days looks great. 70 tomorrow, 70 on Friday, 71 on Saturday, 73 Sunday. It does get a little bit more active next week. We'll have a storm system to our west, bring us chances of showers and storms, but high temperatures well into the 70s next week.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. 6:44, it used to be that teenagers would count down the days until they could get their driver's license, but now it appears more teens are waiting. The Federal Highway Administration reports back in 1993, about 42% of 16-year-olds had their licenses. That's down by about half to just 25%. In the same time period, the rate of 18-year-olds with licenses has dropped from 72 to just below 60%. So what's changed here? One reason may be that it's easier to get around without a license by using rideshare apps like Uber. Another is the cost of insurance. That, of course, continues to go up.
Yeah, the cost overall, too. Teenagers have other things they'd like to spend their money on. I know my generation, we couldn't wait to get our license, and when gas was 95 cents a gallon, when I got my license.
You guys used gas. It wasn't horse and carriage?
Yes, believe it or not.
Gotcha.
It was the same gasoline used in cars today.
Oh, interesting.
It was really cheap, though. So it was like $10 to fill up your car with gas, like not a big deal. And, the prices just weren't what they are today. So I could see how the cost adds up. And that's, yeah.
Cars expensive these days, too, if you can even find one out there.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Coming up, actually right now.
Right now.
In the 608, we've got a story for you, folks. We'd love to share positivity, and we're showing how kids are letting some older folks know how they're appreciated.
Josh Breiter is in studio with us this morning. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, guys. May is Older Americans Month, and to celebrate, some local kids make cards to share with area residents, and it's having a positive impact. Take a look.
That kind of made my day, that I can sit and laugh yet, and that makes me happy.
We were there as cards were delivered this week to SSM Health St. Mary's Care Center in Madison. The folks at SSM Health St. Clair Meadows Care Center in Baraboo received them too. Kids from the SSM Health Child Care Centers made the cards to be delivered to the residents. Organizers say activities like these are so important in uniting generations, creating a healthy social connection across age groups.
We spend a lot of time as a team working with the kids about being kind, thinking about others, sharing happiness and joy with others, and this is just another positive way to reach out to spread happiness and kindness.
I'm told the kids at SSM Health Child Care Center in Madison and the St. Clair Tommy Bartlett Child Care Center in Baraboo were excited to use their creativity to show love and appreciation to the senior residents. And you can see it definitely made a difference. To learn more about this story and how to celebrate our older folks this month, you can click the link to this piece on channel3000.com, guys.
Boy, what a nice story to start your Wednesday with. Josh said earlier, and I think this is so true, we are more alike than different, and this highlights that.
And I think it's giving them something to look forward to as well. You can see it's brightening their day. Sharing those messages, I also think it brings up a lot of, good memories from their past too, from their younger years as well. So sharing a little wisdom with all of us.
Yesterday, my 4-year-old gave me a rock.
That's so thoughtful. That's wonderful.
Anything from somebody that age,
It's just...
they present it to you like it's the greatest gift in the world.
They really do.
A diamond.
I got you a rock.
That's quite sweet.
Thanks, honey.
Thank you, Claire.
So much.
Josh Breiter, thank you very much. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured. Okay, it's 6:47. Coming up in the morning sprint, opioid payouts. States are about to get a big settlement from drug makers. How much Wisconsin will get?
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Sounds better together, doesn't it? Make it even more special with the hazelnut and cocoa taste of Nutella. Nutella, wake up to wow.
This ring symbolizes the eternity of our relationship.
We met in 7th grade typing class. 16 years later, I said, will you be my girl?
Jesse, I've always been your girl.
Every occasion deserves love. Jared, love brilliantly.
When your feet have had it and you need relief to work your job, walk the airport, or walk the dog, introducing Good Feet supports to relieve the stress and shock to your feet, knees, and back.
Now I can stand for work, I can climb those stairs, I can shop till I drop, and still have energy for the most important walk of the day. And somebody I love is very happy about that.
I'm Rachel, and this is my Good Feet story.
Come into a Good Feet store.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Experience more at the Island.
Shopping for insurance? Forget about saving 15%. Switch to a West Bend policy, and we're offering a chance to save everything. Every memory, every detail. No matter if it's fire, theft, or weather. We promise to help you get everything back to how it was before. Just think of what you can save. West Bend. The worst brings out our best.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
Watch News 3 Now at 5 with Eric, Susan, and Gary. Weeknights.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
We're on day 2 of a writer's strike that'll impact your favorite streaming shows if it keeps going. A live look at downtown LA, where the Writers Guild of America overnight rejecting an offer to end that strike. You won't catch new episodes of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert again tonight, and Saturday Night Live is scrapped for the weekend too. This is the first strike of its kind in 15 years. Some experts say it could last a year.
Happening today, the former Badger football player found guilty of murdering 2 women. We'll learn his fate in court. Marcus Randall L. convicted during his double homicide trial earlier this year. He's charged in the 2020 shooting deaths of Brittany McAdory in Sierra Winchester. Randall L. will be in Rock County Court this morning for his sentencing. Stay with News 3 Now for updates throughout the day.
A family in Arlington is safe this morning after a fire broke out in their home last night. It happened on Regal Street. This is near the Inn and Tavern. Firefighters say initial reports suggested the porch was on fire and then spread to the home. All residents and pets were able to get out. No injuries reported. That cause is still under investigation.
New pictures here of a fire in western Wisconsin. It's in the township of Wheatland, just north of DeSoto along the Mississippi River. Half a dozen agencies responded. The people who lived there got out safely. Firefighters took about 5 hours to get it out. The cause is under investigation.
The number of those killed in a massive crash from a dust storm is up to 7 this morning. It was so bad, crews in Illinois are having a tough time identifying bodies. A rare dust storm swept through nearby farms onto the freeway, creating near zero visibility for drivers. 72 vehicles were involved. Upwards of 40 people are still in the hospital.
A video of a UW-Madison student making racist comments is spreading online this morning. Since that video came out, a petition to expel the students garnered nearly 1,600 signatures. And new overnight, we did get a statement from university officials saying the student's office has looked into this and supporting those affected. They say they can't limit, though, what students and employees post online and can take actions against posts that are not unlawful.
This month is Lyme Disease Awareness Month, something to be aware of as the weather warms up. Rates have more than doubled in the last 15 years. Experts suggest using DEET when you're out in wooded or tall grassy areas. You should also tumble dry your clothes when you come in from outdoors for about 10 minutes to kill ticks. And make sure you're checking your body every time you come inside, too.
An update in the opioid crisis now. Wisconsin legislators are accepting the state's share of a settlement stemming from a lawsuit against drug makers Teva and Allergen, as well as with pharmaceutical chains Walmart, Walgreens, and CVS. In all, it totals more than $19 billion. Wisconsin is going to get a little more than $300 million of that.
The man accused of killing 5 of his neighbors, including a 9-year-old boy, is under arrest this morning. Deputies found him hiding under a pile of laundry last night at a house about half an hour away from the scene of the crime. Authorities say the suspect is a Mexican national who had previously been deported from the U.S. 4 times after re-entering the country.
A Montana judge has ruled that Representative Zoe Zephyr, a transgender lawmaker, cannot return to the State House floor and participate in debate. It comes after Zephyr protested against a ban against gender-affirming care for children and claimed that blood would be on the hands of her GOP colleagues. An appeal is being considered, but the legislative session is ending soon.
A pandemic-era immigration policy is about to end, and the U.S. is preparing for an influx of 10,000 migrants. The Pentagon now giving more aid to the Customs and Border Protection Agency. 1,500 soldiers will be deployed. That adds to the 2,500 National Guardsmen already at the border.
Breaking news, police in Serbia say a boy is in police custody after opening fire in an elementary school in the Serbian capital of Belgrade. 8 children and a school guard were killed. The shooting happened around 8:30 local time or 2:40 our time just this morning, so just a few hours ago. Police say the boy used his father's gun.
Australia is cracking down on e-cigarettes. Under new regulations, non-prescription vapes will be banned from importation. Vape products will be required to have pharmaceutical packaging. Australia hopes it can discourage teenagers from using the products.
All right, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, meteorologist Kelly Slifka. Starting to warm up now that we have the sunshine. The winds are a lot lighter coming in out of the west and northwest, less than 10 miles per hour. Right now we have a 5-mile-per-hour wind out of the northwest. Still keeping our temperatures down a little bit from where they should be, but a nice afternoon. We're looking at temperatures in the low 50s. Here at the noon hour, plenty of sunshine. As we get toward about 3, 4 o'clock, we'll start to see some clouds spreading in from the north. Temperatures, though, still likely to get up close to 60. Typically, we should be in the mid-60s this time of the year. We'll get there. Just got to get through this transition day with temperatures up closer to 60. North winds less than 10 miles per hour. Won't be as windy now going forward. The first morning forecast, 70 for Thursday. Maybe an isolated shower coming in. It looks like Thursday evening. Possibility of a shower Friday morning. Otherwise, generally dry going into the weekend as temperatures continue to warm up. In fact, we'll be in the low 70s this weekend. Looks very active next week, but these are going to be scattered showers and storms as a storm stalls to our west. Temperatures are well into the 70s much of next week.
Hey, loving the weather this week. Kelly, thank you.
You're welcome.
Stay with us. Another news and weather update coming up in 30 minutes.